Everybody, this week I've got a 2019 Ram 1500 Laramie Longhorn edition. So the Ram was all new for the 2019 model year. Things that differentiate it from the Ford and GM trucks: it has a coil sprung rear suspension, which makes the ride a little softer. It's also available with air suspension, which this truck happens to have, that makes the ride even softer. Additionally, the interior in this thing is super nice, really dialed in, probably the most luxurious truck interior of all time. So I will give you a little tour of the exterior and then we'll hop in and look at the interior as well. It's really cold out here. Snowstorm last night. Really cold. I'm gonna try to be quick here. You can see that up front, Laramie Longhorn gets a unique grille, LED headlights. This one has the 5.7 liter Hemi V8. There's your Laramie Longhorn branding on the side there. Unique feature to this one, it has the Ram box, which locks with the rest of the truck, which is kind of cool. So press this button here, the truck's locked, doesn't open. Unlock the truck, pops open. There you go. Decent amount of space in there. It does eat into your bed area by a considerable amount. And then there's a home-style 3-prong outlet back here. Speaking of the bed, power drop-down tailgate, and it's nicely damped. You can see in there, yeah, so the Ram box takes up all your wheel well bed space there, but still a fair amount back here. I think this is a tailgate extender. I haven't really looked at it. Tonneau cover, dual exhaust, and it's integrated into the bumpers, which is a nice touch. Receiver hitch. This thing has the tow package, so you get both the 4-pin and the 7-pin connectors there. Michigan plates. One thing I noticed, the Ram head logo was redesigned with the 2019 Ram 1500. So you'll notice, if you look at an older Ram, it's got the older style logo. One more cool thing back here that I almost missed. There's actually a step hiding under there. Let's push it down via that. There's this little tab right here, and then that allows you to climb up into the bed more easily. To push it up, you'll notice it doesn't go in that way, and that's to keep you from accidentally retracting it when you go to step up here. It only closes if you push on it from that angle. So I'll do that again. Push it down, and the ice isn't making that real easy, but there you go. Okay, it's cold. I'm getting inside. Okay, you'll notice power side steps that are super dirty. And now that we're inside, this is probably the nicest truck interior I've ever experienced. So, as I like to do, we'll start on the door panel. Black leather, contrast stitching, brown leather with a different finish than this black leather. Real wood. I'll run across my finger across it so you can hear it. Even has these grooves cut into it. Metallic finish trim. A third style of leather, this time with gator, I think that's gator print. More leather in here. Leather all the way down. So leather, that's actually plastic. Still, brown plastic. Leather on the armrest here. Your controls, that's basic FCA parts bin stuff, but you see the pewter finish to the plastic here. This thing has a Harman Kardon audio system. There's a 7-inch screen in between the gauge clusters, and like I mentioned, this is a Laramie Longhorn edition, so there are some Western style touches. You get these, I don't even know what to call them. You see what I mean? That design is in the gauges. It's also down in the floor mats. Running up the side there, there's barbed wire in the floor mats too, which, may or may not be for you. But another weird thing about the floor mats, this is a carpeted interior like in every other vehicle ever pretty much. And then this has rubber floor mats with more carpeting inside of them. And you can see it's attached to these snaps here. So you can take the carpet out if you want to like clean it, or just if you want to take it out to leave it out, you can do that too. But that is certainly a unique feature of this vehicle. Steering wheel design's pretty clean. Over here, you have buttons for controlling the 7-inch screen in between the gauges there. To the right are cruise control buttons. This thing has automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, automatic high beams, and radar cruise control, in addition to a few other active safety features. Moving on, this screen is massive, 12-inch according to the window sticker. But yeah, this kind of one of the Ram's trump cards is this massive screen here. And one thing I like about it is that it's so big, you can kind of use it like you would a computer that's set up with 2 monitors. So on the bottom, you've got media. Right now it's playing Sirius. And then up here you can choose whether you want to look at your HVAC controls, whether you want to type in a nav destination, Sirius travel link, so that shows you weather. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. And then one more is your phone, if you wanted to use your phone through the screen here. Other things that I like about this truck, I like the rotary dial gear selector here. So in some trucks you get a console mounted shifter. In other trucks you get a column shifter. In the Ram you get this dial here, and I would encourage people to not knock it until they try it. It's really nice to not have a big shifter right here. It's really out of the way. It's nice to use. You can hear that. That's the sound of quality right there. It feels kind of cold. It's kind of metallic. You get your 4-wheel drive controls over here. Pretty much all trucks that are 4-wheel drive have 2-wheel drive, and then you've got your 4 high and 4 low. But these newer trucks have 4-wheel drive auto that allows them to behave like an all-wheel drive vehicle would. So in this mode, the truck is 2-wheel drive until it needs 4-wheel drive, at which point it can move the front wheels. And I used that to get out of a snowbank this morning, and it was really convenient. Moving on, this thing has a trailer package, so here's your trailer brake tester right here. You even get this nice symbol on the screen. Must be stuck. It usually goes between 0 and 100, but yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, adjustable suspension. This thing has air suspension, so you can raise it and lower it. Right now it's in normal height, but you can lower it via this little dial here. You can raise it all the way up too for off-road mode. Stability control, tow haul mode, and this allows you to turn your front and rear parking sensors on and off. I have them off because they were absolutely freaking out in the snow earlier. Another thing worth mentioning, this truck has a panoramic sunroof. I'll go ahead and move this shade back. Oh, I guess you have to hold it in. But there we go. So it's one touch after you get to this point. But that's really nice, lets a lot of light into the cabin. Only Ford and oddly Nissan with the updated 2020 Titan also offer a panoramic sunroof. You can't get a panoramic sunroof from GM or from Toyota. And then obviously this panel opens. I really don't want to open it because it's really cold outside. Additionally, heated and ventilated seats. Granted, you have to access them through the infotainment screen, which is kind of a shortcoming in some ways, but either way, heated steering wheel, heated front seat, ventilated seats. I actually have heated rear seats, and speaking of the rear seat, we'll hop back there to show you just how much room is back there. Okay, in the back seat. So you can see there's a ton of space back here. I have the seat in the position it would be in if I were driving. You can see there's plenty of room back here. This is a feature unique to the Laramie Longhorn. So this isn't actually a real pocket right here. They just put this belt buckle. Like, is this an FCA part number then? That's kind of bizarre. Yeah, so this is one of the areas in which I think the Laramie Longhorn kind of goes overboard with the whole cowboy costume role-playing thing. But anyway, still has all of the upscale features of the front door. So you get this real wood back here, plenty of space, heated. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize it has a ventilated second row as well. 2 more USB-C and USB-A ports back here. I really like that Ram includes a USB-C port, knowing that USB-C will be the new standard before long. Another 3-prong outlet back here. Yeah, air vents, tons of space. You get speakers right behind the second row seats. Coat hooks. That's a light. More over here. Yeah, so this truck is super dialed in. Looking at the window sticker here, and all that luxury does come at a cost. This thing has a total price of just over $71,000. But to summarize here, so it's a 2019 model year Ram 1500 Longhorn crew cab with 4-wheel drive. The base price for the Laramie Longhorn is $54,000. You can see 5.7 liter V8 paired with an 8-speed automatic. You've got the 7-inch gauge cluster display, 20-inch wheels. Optional equipment includes the advanced safety group, the level 1 equipment group. That's what gets you the Harman Kardon audio system, power running boards, 12-inch display, ventilated rear seats. The 5.7 V8 does have the e-torque feature, so that's interesting. 33-gallon fuel tank. The Ram Box cargo system costs $995. That's worth noting. Fuel economy for this thing is okay. I wonder if you would see this in the real world. It's rated by the EPA at 17 mpg city, 22 miles per gallon highway, and 19 mpg combined. So I have driven this thing 74.9 miles. Whoa, is that accurate? Have I really only gotten 12.4 miles per gallon? Granted, I've been sitting here with the vehicle running for a little while, but yeah, so that's definitely not 19. It's not even 17, but I think in better weather you would see much better fuel economy. I think that about sums up this truck. So if it isn't obvious with the redesigned 1500 here, Ram is kind of trying to carve out a niche for itself as the go-to full-size truck if you're looking for comfort, if you're looking for luxury, if you're looking for some of these really technology-forward features like this massive 12-inch infotainment screen. And I think they've done a really nice job at that with this redesigned truck. In addition to that, coil-sprung rear suspension with air suspension is a really nice feature. The truck rides really nicely. It goes over bumps and potholes like you'd barely even notice it, and you can adjust the height, which is fun too. The 5.7 liter V8 is strong. According to the EPA, it gets decent fuel economy. I've seen something a little bit different in real world driving, but I would take that with a grain of salt because I haven't put a whole lot of miles on this thing, and most of it has been in really bad snowy weather. But other than that, I mean, this thing is really, really well executed. It's probably one of the nicest vehicles I've driven in the past year. I've now driven all of the full-size pickups, and I can say that I probably enjoyed this one the most in terms of just driving around town, comfort, luxury level. This thing is really, really nice, and it really impressed me a lot. So I think if you're looking for a full-size truck and you're into more modern design, more upscale features, more forward-looking features, like if you're going to appreciate something like the 12-inch infotainment screen and USB-C ports, which you should. I think there's a lot of value in those. I think they make life easier with the vehicle. I think this thing is definitely worth a look. Now, worth mentioning, Ram still builds work truck grade versions of this truck, so you can get them without the 12-inch screen, without ventilated seats, in a much more simple work truck grade. They offer a diesel engine. They are going to be coming out with the Ram TRX soon, which will be like an F-150 Raptor fighter, so you can still get Ram has an offering for any kind of truck buyer, but that said, I think the luxury truck buyer is going to find the most to like about the redesigned 1500. So, thank you for watching.